hello and good evening to all of you. Can you all hear me? Asya and Sanabar. Asya and Sanabar, is my voice audible to you? Okay. So is there any other class going on apart from this one? Sanabar, only 3 students are there in the class today. What about others? Okay, there was a class but man did not came. Okay. So I think just we can wait for a minute or two so that others can also join in and then we can start the class. Just I request you all three to just spread this message to all other students who have been taking class that the strength is very, very low in the class. I don't understand the reason why. If you find any problem with the teaching, then do let me know so that I can improve the teaching more. Is it so? I think all busy at work. Okay. So, okay, not an issue. So I'll do one thing. We have a class on information technology and management, and the topics which we are covering in today's class is the leadership issues in IT management, leadership, changing meaning of leadership, conventional leadership versus new meaning of leadership, what affects leadership, what is manager's manager versus leader's manager, leadership and leadership in IT organization. So this is our today's topic. Basically, we have to focus on the leadership in IT management. So we are talking of leadership, but that particular leadership is in respect to IT management, which is our today's class. So we know the technical aspect of the information technology, like somebody is good in Oracle, somebody is good in Java, somebody is good in infrastructure networking, so somebody is good in some CRM software or something. But now we have to look at the management aspect of the IT. So this is our today's class. So when we talk of management aspect of the IT, see, IT nowadays, IT information technology systems comprises of a lot of things. You have networking, you have servers, you have networking, you have servers, you have software, you have applications, you have databases. So when we talk of IT, we basically talk of these networking, servers, software, applications, databases. So pertaining to this, we talk of project management, we talk of program management, we talk of business analyst, we talk of IT consultants, So when we talk of IT, these terms also has a major role to play with the IT department, like project management, program management, business analyst, IT consultants, software developers, testers. So, Neha, just a second. Yes. So when we talk of IT, these terms automatically comes into our mind. There are a lot of more terms also which I have missed out probably. So, but the major thing is the project management, the program management, the business analyst, the IT consultants, the software developers, the testers, the database administrators. Then you have system administrators. Then, so all these things, and we have IT budgets also. Now, what do you mean by IT budgets? Whenever you have a business team, suppose I am working in an insurance company, I want to develop one. I being in an IT member or a software developer, my business team approaches me and they want to develop their insurance product in some customer relationship management software, say Siebel. Siebel is a Oracle product, and it's a software which is being used as an application for developing insurance products or for selling insurance products. For that, there needs to be some budgets. I mean, every year a company decides how much IT department will be spending on a year. So there are a lot of expenses are there. How expenses are there? We purchase new hardware. These are the expenses which is being paid by the company in respect to the IT department. New hardware. That means we can say that procurement of new hardware, then new software, then software licensing renewals, then procurement of new servers, procurement of new database licenses, then annual maintenance contract renewals. So these are some of the common terms which you will understand if you are related to an IT industry. Now everything this is about management, IT management. So IT management is all about managing the business and the IT together. Prabha, I have not started discussing any PPT. I am just explaining you on the IT management part right now. I have not started yet any PPT yet. So this is related to the IT management. Now what I will do is I will play one video for you that will give you a little more understanding on the IT management part, and then we can start discussing, sharing the PPT with you. Okay?
Your career is your business. In this tutorial we will help you understand how to build a technical career path for yourself that starts with building technical expertise and grows into developing technical leadership. A practical guide for all IT professionals.
Hello, the topic for today's session is Information Technology Infrastructure or IT Infrastructure. Hello, the topic for this video is Information Technology Management or IT Management. This is Hassan Mir from 02protraining.com. So what is IT management? First of all, IT management is a discipline. What kind of discipline is it? It is a discipline to manage IT resources. So IT management is not only about managing IT resources, it is about managing IT resources as per business needs or requirements. So keep in mind that IT department is serving the needs for the business. Without the business department, IT department is not doing anything meaningful. So it has to manage the IT resources as per business requirements. When we use the term IT resources, what does that actually mean? So the term IT resources entails both entities, tangible assets that are owned by the IT department as well as the staff that is working to meet the needs of the IT department. I have explained the term IT infrastructure in detail in one of my other videos. So the term IT infrastructure refers to most of the tangible assets that come under the umbrella of IT resources, including hardware and facilities. Software can be considered tangible in this context. Network. Keep in mind that staff, documentation, and business processes do not come under the umbrella of IT infrastructure. So these are just examples, not a complete list of functions that are going on within the domain of IT management. Budgeting, staffing, organizing, controlling, planning, delivering services, and so on. So keep in mind that the purpose of IT management is to manage IT resources as per business requirements, and all these activities plus more will be going on within this IT management domain to meet the objective of managing the resources. And some of these activities may not apply to some companies, but these are just examples. So IT management and management information systems are two related terms and sometimes confusing to some people as well. So here is a clarification. IT management is what we are talking in this session, and this means management of IT resources. The term management of information systems refers to the management of information, and the purpose behind managing the information is to provide better decision making to the business. So in short, IT management is about managing IT resources, and MIS or management of information systems is about managing information. So the field of MIS would entail studying applications and other means of providing better decision-making systems to the business, while the field of IT management entails everything that is related to managing IT resources. Keep in mind that in ideal world, the primary focus of IT management field is to make value creation possible in a company. So what is value creation? Value creation is a result of company establishing relationships with the external environment. What does IT has to do with that? IT has to be in line with the industry standard technology so that the company can talk to the partners and other entities in the environment. And IT plays.
Let us discuss what we have seen till now, then I'll further continue with the video. I've just write it out in the chat box what it means. So IT management is nothing but managing the IT resources for the fulfillment of a business objective. Business can be related to finance, Business can be related to insurance. Business can be related to some production company. Business can be related to some media company. So business can be any business. When we talk of business, it can be finance, it can be retail, it can be insurance, it can be anything. So management of IT resources for the fulfillment of business objectives is IT management. What for the IT? What are the IT resources? Then comes the term what resources. When we talk of resources, we mean the software, we mean the hardware, we means the networks. Networks means your lease line cables, LAN, MAN, WAN. That means local area network, wide area network, metropolitan area network. And then your department employees, your IT department employees. All these together sums up to the IT resources. It can be hardware, it can be software, it can be network, it can be IT department employees. Now, IT management is related to budgeting, staffing, organizing, controlling, planning and delivering services. The final target of the IT is to provide services and provide services in a timely manner, in a time efficient manner. That's why for delivering IT services, we keep project managers. The role of the project manager is to monitor the project, get the job done from the team, and once the job is done, get the project completed within the time period, fulfill the requirement of the business team, and then further update the top management of the company about the, then they finally submit the project report to the top management. So that all requires budgeting. That means whenever you start any new project, any new venture in IT, you have to give, being a project manager, you have to give a budget that how much it will cost, how many employees you will need, how many, not rather how many employees, you can use the term how many resources you will need for the completion of the project, what are the softwares you will need, what is the licensing cost, what is the extra cost. That means suppose if I call my employees on Saturdays and Sundays, since it's being a holiday in corporate world, for that how much extra money we have to pay. So keeping all those stuffs in mind, it is the responsibility of the project manager to give, to update the to update the top management about the budget. So the first part is the budgeting. Then comes the staffing part. How staffing is nothing but the number of resources you require for the completion of the project. Then how you control them, what is the plan you follow, what is the strategy you follow, how many project managers you need, how many software developers you need, how many networking guys you will require, how many database administrators or DB you will require. So that, and then comes the delivering part. For delivering parts, you need to set up some customer care department, how you will align that customer care department with your IT department. So all those things comprises of to the IT management part. Then moving ahead, management of IT resources is the IT management. That means how you manage your IT resources. And then managing information for decision making purposes, MIS. So telling you these 2 points, the reason behind it, I want to tell you the difference between the management, IT management. The above 2 point is the difference between IT management and MIS. So management of IT resources. What are the IT resources? Hardware, software, networking, and the employees, the IT employees, IT team employees rather. That are the IT resources. And MIS is management information system. Is nothing with the information which is used for decision making is the management information system. Okay, clear to all up till now? Shall we move ahead? Any queries? Anybody want to ask something? Any questions from your end? Anybody? Okay, Rashid said no. Prabha says it's clear. What about others? clear? Mohammed is clear? I want everybody of you to just participate in the class. Already the strength is very less in today's class. Only 7 students are there. I request all of you to tell your friends, to tell your colleagues that they should be attentive in the class and they should be present in the class. This is not giving a good, I am also frankly speaking not enjoying teaching with such a low strength in the class. So just please communicate to others also so that they can be present in the class. So I also enjoy teaching and you people should also enjoy. Okay, now I'll playing that video again once again. Now let me tell you one thing, why I am playing video for you instead of sharing PPTs, because I found that in video things are more clearer to you, and then after showing the video I can explain you in a much better way. So you will get 2 chances. One you will able to listen the video, and after you listen the video I'll explain you the video. So you get 2 chances of listening. One, the video is playing, then I am speaking. So that I found more interesting way of teaching to you people. Okay. So I'm just playing the video again.
Value creation. Value creation is a result of company establishing relationships with the external environment. What does IT has to do with that? IT has to be in line with the industry standard technology so that the company can talk to the partners and other entities in the environment. And IT plays a big role in medium to large size companies. So the better a company can establish relationship with the external environment, the better value chain it will create, and that is the focus of the IT management, to make creation of value chain possible. I pointed this out in the beginning of this video that IT department is serving the needs of the business. It's not sitting in a vacuum. Actually, without the business, IT is nothing. So IT has to keep itself aligned with the business needs. It's not the other way around. It's not that the business department is changing their ways of doing things so that they can fit themselves with the technology used in the IT department. It's the other way around. IT has to keep themselves aligned so that they can serve the overall strategies of the company. What I said earlier is true, but now the trend is changing. What I'm referring to is the fact that I mentioned IT as a separate entity serving the needs of the business. That is true, but now the trend is now more focusing on, rather than seeing IT as a separate entity serving the business, trend is now focusing on seeing IT and business together as one team, both working together towards common goals. In some companies there is a very strong wall between IT and business, and in other companies there is not a very solid partition. So in future you will see this wall will get smaller and smaller, and a time will come when both will be working as virtually one team. In one of my other videos I have discussed the ongoing trends that are changing the market and also that are creating new roles, and the educational departments also have responded to those trends by creating new degrees and programs. I have discussed those as well in my other videos. So the trend I'll discuss now is specifically related to the IT management field. So what usually happens is silos are created within the IT departments, and these silos are specific to set of resources serving a specific purpose. For example, one of the department in a company needs a database, so let's say Microsoft Access database is implemented and a team is created to support that database. A server is established, a network is created, and let's say we have one server, 10 computers, and 20 people supporting the development and the whole project. And yet within the same company there is another department or maybe another group in the same department that needs, let's say, another database, and that department selected Oracle, and the same thing is going on in another silo. So we have like two sets of networks, two sets of staff, two sets of servers. So we don't have economies of scale, and there's a lot of redundancy uh, within the same company. So things would have been more efficient if both teams would have collaborated together, and they let's say they could have implemented one set of resources, and both could have achieved their own purposes using the same set of resources. So let's say both could have implemented one database and two applications using the same database. So one network, one server, two applications, and one team supporting that. Just an example. So what's happening is these silos are reducing with the passage of time, and IT departments are moving towards converged infrastructure. So you will see less of different departments using separate servers, and you will see more of all the computers connected together working as one big giant machine and serving the needs of different departments. And that is what a converged infrastructure terms refers to, and this results into easier management, rapid adjustments are possible, and also easier maintenance, as opposed to 10 computers working separately. That is very difficult to maintain as compared to 10 computers connected together and working as one big giant machine. 5 people, let's say, supporting each silo here, and 15 people altogether are more expensive than 10 people serving or maintaining one converged infrastructure. So 3 different networks are more expensive to maintain as one big network. Also, you should be able to differentiate between the terms IT manager and project manager. Keep in mind that IT manager is a person who is managing some resources on ongoing basis. The person could be managing hardware resources, software resources, network resources, and there could be different titles as well for this designation IT manager in different companies. But the key point here is that this person is managing resources on ongoing basis. There is no end date to his role, while a project manager always has an end date to his role, and the end date of a project is the end date of his role in most cases. So the project manager is first of all not managing some kind of IT resources. Project manager is managing project activities for the life of the project. And also keep in mind that IT manager is managing IT resources, while a project manager could belong to any department, unless we are using the term IT project manager. Project manager could also belong to an engineering department, for example, or any other department, because this person is simply managing a project. It could be IT or non-IT project.
Okay, so this video is in. Now what are the points which this video has tell us. Number one, the IT team and the business teams always works together for the fulfillment of company's objectives. IT team or information tech team has no meaning if there is no business requirement. So suppose for example you have networks, you have you have servers, you have softwares, you have databases. What you will do with these if you have no business requirement? Now what are the business requirement? Business requirement can be insurance, business requirement can be finance, business requirement can be some retail, business requirement can be hospitality management, business requirement can be library management, business requirement can be some institution management, or suppose some institution wants to develop some software. So all in all we can say that without business requirement IT has no meaning. Nowadays, previously some years back, we used to think of IT and business as two separate entities. That means people used to think is IT is different and business is different. Nowadays, since competition is very high, we have to be very much time specific. We have to give results on time within the time period. We have to fulfill the requirements at the quickest. For that, nowadays, business and IT teams used to work together for the fulfillment of company's objective. Now, what are the profiles? Nowadays, there is a requirement called techno-functional. That means when you talk of the skillful persons or the skillful employees, nowadays companies require techno-functional guys. They did not require only technical guy. They did not require only functional guy. Techno means a person having a technical knowledge, whether it is on Java, on database, on networking, on servers. Functional, whenever I talk of functional means a business knowledge. That means a person is having a knowledge on the function. Function can be insurance, can be finance, can be any business. So nowadays there is a requirement of those employees who are very good technically and who are very good functionally. It's rare to find these employees, but the demands are keep on increasing for those type of employees who are having a knowledge of, who are having a functional knowledge as well as who are having a technical knowledge. Okay, clear to all? Any questions, any doubts, anybody? Okay, then moving ahead, different IT sub teams together comprise of IT team. When we talk of different IT sub teams means there is not only a single system or single software working in an insurance company. There are different we have a different server team comprising of say 15 resources or 15 employees or probably 20 employees if company is big, strength is big. Then we have a separate database team, we have a separate software developers team, we have a separate networking team. So all those things, all those teams, respective sub teams together comprises of a one IT team. We can say like this, suppose this is an IT team, suppose this is networking team, say this is database team, suppose this is software developers, and suppose this is servers team. Now these are respective teams which is finally becomes converged IT team. That means when we see IT as a whole, this is IT as a whole. It comprises of the networking team, it comprises of the database team, it comprises of the software developers team, and it comprises of the servers team. So different IT teams, we can say that together comprise of one IT team. Then moving ahead. Now what is the difference between IT manager and the project manager? The responsibility of the IT manager is to manage IT resources. It's an ongoing process. Since nowadays in IT, when we talk of information technology, the jobs in the information technology markets, I mean the employees very rapidly learn technology, change from one company to another company, they get good salary package, then further they learn something new and then they move ahead. So I mean people keep on changing jobs from one job to another job to another job. Why? Because they keep on learning technology, they keep on getting good salary packages. Sorry. And they keep on changing their jobs. So it's the responsibility of the IT manager to keep on recruiting new IT employees if somebody has left the organization. That means all in all, their responsibility is to manage the IT resources. Or if some new technology has come or some new upgradation has come into the respective software which is being used by the IT department, so it's the responsibility of the IT manager is to also upgrade the respective software product. Then when we talk of project manager is managing a project. So project can be IT project or it can be non-IT project. So project manager is only responsible for the project which he is handling, while IT, whether the project can be an IT project also. Suppose there are 10 IT projects going on in an IT department, and so IT manager is responsible for all the 10 IT projects. For 10 IT projects there are 10 for 10 IT projects there are 10 project managers, and all those 10 project managers reporting to one IT manager. Okay, clear to all? Okay. Okay, so let me play one more video for you, then we can discuss further.
Technology infrastructure or IT infrastructure. So what does infrastructure means? The term infrastructure entails all those components that are installed or implemented in a company to provide IT services. For example, software or applications, hardware, and the network. So here I'm going to start with the basics and gradually add components so that you can see what a basic infrastructure looks like in a typical environment. So in a company we have users, also known as end users. They're using the system, they're using applications, they're using software, and these are employees of the company. Not every employee is a user of computer, but all users of the computers are employees of the company. In reality that is not correct as well, because some contractors are using the system, so we can say all the users are either employees or contractors of a company. Now a user will be interacting with the software through a desktop computer or laptop, you can say that as well, but they will be having some kind of computer accessible to them. So these gray boxes within the blue ones are representing applications or software that users are using to serve the job role that they are given. Users would be using different applications or software pertaining to their department and pertaining to the job role that they are given. Other than the desktop or laptop computers that users are using, a typical company would also have some heavy-duty computers called servers, and these servers are also running applications and software represented by these gray boxes inside these blue server boxes. Some of these applications or software running on the server are accessible by the users through a browser, and and hence the term web-based application. And some of these software are not accessible by the users and they are serving some other purpose, maybe batch reporting or some other purpose, and they are not supposed to be interactable by the user. So all kind of software are running on multiple servers in a typical company's IT environment. And it would be very
Prabha, are you facing any problem while listening the video? Tell me, Prabha, what is the issue? Voice is clear, but video sound is little bit on the lower side. So you can just increase your volume and then you can listen to it. Okay, just try it once from your end. If it continues to be a problem, then we can see another video. We can skip this video. Just try once.
environment. And it would be very normal for a company to have one or more servers that are running databases. Databases are a special software that manages data. In fact, some of the other software that are running on other servers would be interacting with the database server to either retrieve the data or to insert newly entered data into the database and also to update existing data. So all the database related activities would be happening in a database. Information technology infrastructure or entails all those components that are installed or implemented in a company to provide IT services. For example, software or applications, hardware, and the network. So here I'm going to start with the basics and gradually add components so that you can see what a basic infrastructure looks like in a typical environment. So in a company we have users, also known as end users. They're using the system, they're using applications, they're using software, and these are employees of the company. Not every employee is a user of computer, but all users of the computers are employees of the company. In reality, that is not correct as well, because some contractors are using the system, so we can say all the users are either employees or contractors of a company. Now, a user will be interacting with the software through a desktop computer or laptop, you can say that as well, but they will be having some kind of computer accessible to them. So these gray boxes within the blue ones are representing applications or software that users are using to serve the job role that they are given. Users would be using different applicators that users are using. A typical company would also have some heavy-duty computers called servers, and these servers are also running applications and software represented by these gray boxes inside these blue server boxes. Some of these applications or software running on the server are accessible by the users through a browser, and hence the term web-based application. And some of these software are not accessible by the users and they are serving some other purpose, maybe batch reporting or some other purpose, and they are not supposed to be interactable by the user. So all kind of software are running on multiple servers, interacting with the database server to either retrieve the data or to on it. This is not a true 100% the term known as appliance, meaning a hardware.
More into this video, because this video basically focuses on the IT infrastructure part. When we talk of IT infrastructure means you talk of hardware, you talk of software, you talk of networking. So the client server architecture, most of you will, if you are associated to IT, you will understand the client server architecture. If not, then just go to the Google and search about this topic and you can find it in some book. Since this is not related to our today's topic, so I'm not getting into the client server architecture. So this particular video is more about the infrastructure part, the client server architecture part, while our today's class is on IT management. So I'm not getting into that. So let's now come on to the PPT part. So can you also see this PPT? Okay. Okay. So managing information technology. So the challenges facing is leadership. What are the challenges? The rapid technological change, exploding applications and data, growth in business management, understanding of technology, and frequent external shocks. That means technologies are changing at a very rapid rate or very fast rate. Today there is one technology in the market. After 1 year or 2 year, that same technology which you are using, that technology gets obsolete and company purchases another technology. So the employees working in the organization, if they have to survive in the organization, they need to learn the new technology. So that is one of the very challenging tasks. Number one. Number two, data are keep on increasing day by day. The company has to maintain all the data from the start of the company till date of the company. Suppose if company is 20 years old and if they have say 500 branch offices all across the country, so they have to maintain all the data. They have to maintain the financial data, they have to maintain the HR data, they have to maintain the marketing data, they have to maintain the employees data. So all those data is need to be maintained in a database or rather data warehouse. So that is also one of the challenging tasks. And if from business analysis point of view, if the senior management of the company wants to compare the 2 years data, so that data must be make presentable to the top management at the earliest or within a seconds of time, for which we require the technological help. So that is also one of the challenging tasks which is being faced by the companies. Then frequent external shocks, like your data gets lost, or suppose if you have saved the data on a tape or drive or on servers, that server gets crashed. So that is shocking for you at times. So these are some of the challenges which is being faced by the IT management. Then managing the assets in is organization. So is leadership must manage these organizational assets. What are the organizational assets? Human resources, organizational data, physical infrastructure, and applications portfolio. So these are the assets of the organization. First is the human resource, that means the employees. If employee is good, then it's the responsibility of the company to manage good employees. Then organizational data are of two types. One is the data on which we are working on a day-to-day basis. Number two, there are data which are say 3 years old, 5 years old, but it is in being important to the company, so the company's management needs to save those data. That is number two, asset. Third is the physical infrastructure. Physical infrastructure may be hardware, computers, laptops, printers, scanners, Xerox copy machine. Then you have tables, you have chairs, you have electricity, you have everything. That those all those things comes under physical infrastructure part. Then comes the application portfolio. Application portfolio means the portfolio on which you are working and as of present. Suppose if you are working on say one of the insurance product, I am working on some another insurance product. I am working on health insurance. Suppose you are working on motor insurance, somebody is working on property insurance. So that is the application part. Okay, clear to all? Any doubts anybody till now? Okay, great. Then comes managing the assets in an organization, developing human resources. So provides specialized IT training for the information system, IT, IS professionals and others. Then comes possible information system management positions. These are the positions. One is the CIO. CIO is the Chief Information Officer, or the person who is heading the information technology department. Then the Information System Director, responsible for the day-to-day operations of all aspects of information system for the organization. Then comes System Development Manager. The System Development Manager coordinates all new systems development projects, allocates system analysts and project managers to projects, schedules, development work. Then comes Systems Maintenance Manager. So Systems Maintenance Manager coordinates all systems maintenance projects, allocates the time of systems analysts and project managers to projects, schedules, maintenance work. Then there is a planning manager also. So all in all, there are different management profiles or management positions in the company as per the requirements. Then moving ahead, there is a data center manager who is responsible for maintaining the data center. I think all of you must be aware of the term data center. Data center is a place where a big server is being installed, and one data center comprises of lot of servers being installed into the one data center. Then there is also a manager required for a web-based technology. Suppose if there is a company having the websites and lot of purchases, lot of procurement of the company's products is being done through some web-based technologies, or say Java. Java is one of the very renowned web-based technologies. So that all things need to be taken care by the manager of the web-based technologies. Then there is a telecommunication manager who is responsible for the networking part, for the lease lines. Say it's a lease line of Airtel, it's a lease line of BSNL, it's a lease line of Tata. So all those comes under the telecommunication manager's part. Then there is a system program manager who is responsible for the system softwares. So for that, you can call it a system program manager, or you can also call it as a system administrator. The role of the system administrator is related to the operating system part, the utilities, the program languages, compilers, installing updates, requesting changes. That is the role of the systems program manager. Clear to all? Shall we move ahead? Okay. Then there is a need of a database administrator. We can also call it as a DBA. The role of the database administrator is to maintain all the data on which we are working on a day-to-day basis. It's the responsibility of the database administrator to save all the data into the respective data warehouse. That is the responsibility of the database administrator. Then there is a project manager who is responsible for supervising the project and managing the team related to the project on which he is working. Then there is a quality assurance manager whose role is to check with the compliance issue. Suppose if there is a certain standards which is being set by the company. So it's the responsibility of the quality assurance manager or the quality check team to ensure that whether the product which we are developing is as per the standards or not. That means we can say that whether this particular product is in compliance to the standard or not. That needs to be taken care by the quality assurance manager. Then comes, that's right, ISO certification. ISO is the standard governing body. So ISO is the International Standard Organization. There is also a HACCP. So there are different certifications. When we talk of IT related certifications, we are talking of ISO certifications. Then there is a computer security manager who develops procedures and policies and installs and monitors software to ensure the authorized use of computer resources. Now the responsibility of the computer security manager is to check whether there is no hacking of the system, or there is no malware or some virus attacking the system, or some outside people may take the computer system on remote and get access to the system. So all this is being taken care by the security managers. So there are a lot of security softwares are there, networking security softwares are present in the market to control that. And moving ahead, improving the physical infrastructure. That means developing policies and procedures to manage an IT system. Physical assets means computer hardware and networks. Then improving the physical infrastructure management issues addressed in policy statements are location, workstation, supported operating systems, redundancy, and supported communication protocol. So it's the responsibility of the infrastructure, IT infrastructure head to ensure that the policies is being framed and is being applied to all the computer systems present all over the branch offices. Number one. Number two, if there is any update in the operating system, suppose there is a Windows operating system 7 which is being used by all the branch offices or all the 500 or 1000 systems the company has. So installing the updates on all the systems, that is the responsibility of the system administrator to get the patches or to get the upgrades installed. Not an issue, Devidas, not an issue. Then redundancy is also there. What do you mean by redundancy? Redundancy means duplicacy of data. Many times, suppose if you create one record, so the record with the same name may exist twice or may exist thrice. So removing those redundant data, that means duplicate data, must be, otherwise you will be compiled with lot of data. So to remove the redundant data, that means removing the duplicacy. That is the redundancy part. Then supported communication protocols. There are a lot of protocols which is being used for communication between the systems. One is hypertext transfer protocol, then simple mail transfer protocol. These are the protocols which is being used for the communication purpose between the systems. Just the page is loading. So managing the application portfolio, most companies cannot operate without software application. They are critical assets. Just as physical infrastructure, software portfolio needs managed as an asset. So you need, I tell you in the starting, I've told you in the starting, there are three things required. One is hardware, another is software, and third is the network part, and fourth is the resources. These four things are required for manage the IT infrastructure. Then company must know what software it owns, where it is located, what it does, how effective it is, what condition it is in. That from company's perspective, if company is using any software, so company must know about the software, where it is located, what it does, how effective it is, and what condition it is in the software is. Clear to all? Then policies and guidelines must exist for the development and maintenance of information system applications. So there must be a policies, there must be a guidelines, and everybody in the organization must follow those guidelines, so that there should be a decorum. Prabha, SMTP is a protocol which is being used. It's a technical term. It's a IT technical term. It's simple mail transfer protocol. When we send one email from one system to another system, so for sending that mail, the web browser, the Internet Explorer which you are using, takes help of this. More into this video. a technical term, it's a networking term. You just go into the Google and type and you will find the detail on that. Then moving ahead. Then application portfolio policies must address assumed user, application location, process driven or data driven design, and evaluate criteria for new application systems. So 10 key issues, 10 key information technology management issues. First, developing effective change management system, then ethical use of IT, then agreeing upon the role of the information system organization, then selecting effective IS leadership. 5, creating an active partnership with business managers, determining an outsourcing strategy, designing an equitable financing system, deploying global information systems, designing an appropriate information system organization and governance system, then ensuring regular performance measurement. So these are the 10 key issues which a information technology management system must address. Just I want that everybody just go through these 10 issues once. Just read it once for your clearing. If you have any doubt, then you can ask me. Ethical use of IT means that means you are not playing with the system. That means you have been asked to only use Google. You have been asked not to use Facebook, not to use Gmail in the office premises. You have to follow company norms. You will not be sharing company's information outside the company. You will not email the company's matter to your personal email ID or to friend's email ID, not sharing company's information. So that you will not be bringing pen drive or CD to the company and copying the data from the company's laptop or company's computer and distributing to outside people. So those all comes under the ethical use of IT. Ethical means that you must correctly use IT technology. You should not misuse it. Okay? That is not important. Okay, so that's all for today's class. There are a lot of more PPTs, but I think we have covered the major part in the video and the PPT which I have shared. So that brings us to the end of our today's class. Hope you have all enjoyed today's class. We are meeting after a long time, I think. It's after probably a week I am meeting. I was busy somewhere with some of my family rituals and family functions, so that's why I'm not able to take up the class. Thank you all for your time. I'll be sharing all those. There are 2-3 more PPTs which I have not discussed with you since I have covered almost everything in video. So I'll be sharing this particular all 4-5 PPTs as well as the video links with coordinator@lmsrc.com, and you can get those PPTs and video from there. Okay? Thank you all for your time. Take care. Bye-bye. Just do give your feedbacks after the class.